Well guys, I'm working with the GoPro today, and we are currently at the pig pen. At least this is their temporary pen here. They've claimed this front corner as their toilet, and so they don't poop anywhere near their bed or anything like that. But as you can see, they have managed to pick out everything, eat everything out of their feed but the wheat. And that wheat has been soaked for a couple days and they still didn't like it. So the wheat is a no-go for some reason. It may be better to just spread that as seed and let it grow and let them eat the actual plants. But as you can tell, pigs are a little less skittish and a little more friendly now. The one with Waddles, he's a lot more afraid than the rest of them for some reason. But you can see they've kind of tore this place up. They've moved all their straw around. I gave them more straw and they pushed it all over this side. So apparently this is where they like to bed. They don't like to bed in that corner anymore. They're all growing really well, though. I'm pretty happy with them so far. You can actually kind of watch them grow a lot quicker than cows. So they're just dense little... Anyway, so I'm pretty happy with the pigs. And you guys are helping me out with all your information, so thank you for all that. And if I have any more questions, I will be letting you all know. And of course, the week we were going to kick them out onto pasture and get them trained to electric fence, it got down to the 40s again, and so it's supposed to be cold pretty much all week, cold and rainy. So I just decided we're going to leave them in here for another week, and then hopefully next week it'll get back into the 70s and we'll be able to kick them outside and give them a little shelter out there. But at the moment, we're just picking a bunch of grass and clover, and then they're getting their feed, of course. So, speaking of feed, though, we need to get some more out of the barn. So we're gonna try to find some stuff they haven't had yet and see if they like it. This is the view outside of the barn here. As I showed before, it's just a lot of trash and wood scraps and trees, locust trees, a bunch of scrub trees, just nothing good. There was a little walnut in here, but that's the only tree worth anything in here. And all these trees are kind of in the way because this is where the gate is and you have to drive through this. So it's not the most ideal situation. This used to be a corral, obviously, and we had to cut out the panels from the corral here because all these trees were growing through them and the posts, and there was just wire everywhere, and it was not a good setup. So we're gonna clear out most of these trees. We left some for shade, but the dozer man will actually be here sometime today to clean all of this up. And there's a big dozer there. I don't know that I'm actually going to be here when he dozes, so I thought I'd show you guys the before, and then I'll probably show you the after. But yeah, he's gonna be cleaning out, for the most part, all of these trees. And he's gonna leave all the giant ones and any of the ones that are really close to the barn that might mess up the foundation. Like this one, it's growing underneath the foundation, so he's probably gonna leave that, and we're gonna just cut it. Then he's gonna push all of it into a pile and we'll have a giant bonfire later in the year. But that's the plan for now. I know a bunch of you are probably gonna say he might as well just doze the barn while he's at it. You may be right, but we are going to leave the barn for now and get some more use out of it before we have anything done to it. But I'd say it's got a couple more years in it, especially if we don't fix it. If we fix it, it's got a lot of life left. But and coming into the barn here, of course, I got some combine work I'm gonna start on here soon, just to get that ready for fescue season. But I gotta dig through all these barrels and see what I want to start giving them. Here's some more instant milk. I'm gonna grab one of those. We have some cheese powder and butter powder. I'm probably gonna leave those for now. These over here are potato flakes. I may grab one of those, see if they like it. One thing I know I need is they like the oats, especially when they're soaked for a day or two. And they also really like the cornmeal. And I think we have quite a bit of that. So whole corn, cornmeal, and beans and rice. I may grab some noodles of some kind. We got macaroni, ABC soup mix. We got a bunch of stuff, but I think I'm gonna grab some potato flakes and some rice. So I'm gonna crack open this brown rice, if I can get this in there. And there you have it. It's not wet, but it's definitely kind of stuck together. Probably from just sitting in the same spot for so many years. I'm gonna soak some of this with their other food and see if they like it. And here is the potato flakes. All still good. Smell fine. Once again, probably still good for human consumption, but probably not. So, see if this cat wants it. Nope. Anyway, there's the pig food. I'm gonna add some cornmeal and then let this soak for at least a day, and then they'll get fed tonight and tomorrow. So we just finished setting up the electric fence here. This is by Premier One. I'll do a full review on it later, but this is just a test, and we have since let the pigs out into this just little triangle outside of the barn. They can still run into the barn. Gave them a little wallow there just because it's a little warm out today, but they haven't spent much time in the barn. So anyway, the plan is to hopefully move them into here and hope they don't escape. A lot of people have been recommending you just put a little piece in their pen and then get them trained to it that way just so they can't escape. But we didn't really have a good way to do that with the barn and with this whole setup here. So we're just going to try it and watch them and make sure they don't escape. And if they do, we'll get them back in. But that's the plan for now. Not very good at learning. You think, what? Found some cow poop. I think they finally learned. So we put the pigs back in the barn. It's supposed to storm tonight and all tomorrow, so we moved them back in, picked up the fence, fed them their dinner, which which it looks like they're done with. And there's no lights in here, so it's hard to see them, but anyway, they liked rooting out in the dirt and eating some dirt and all that. But anyway, they've had a long day. They were curling up and sleeping early afternoon, so he came back for a little bit more. Anyway, so the pigs are back in the barn. They'll be there for a day or two until the weather clears up, and they definitely got shocked. I think all of them got shocked at least a couple times. So I think they learned what the fence is, and also to show you guys what the dozer cleared up. If you guys recall what I showed you earlier, this whole place here was just covered in little trees that weren't worth anything, all just hackberries and locust trees, nothing good here. So the dozer, he came in, he cleared all of this out, made it clean, which we will be putting a tree or two back in here just for some shade, but cleaned all this out. And then if you remember, there was also a bunch of brush and junky trees here in the front of the barn as well, and he took those out. And there was also an old corral piece over here as well. But anyway, he pushed it all in this pile here. Hopefully it's far enough away from the barn where it won't burn down whenever we burn the pile. But anyway, the pigs spent the day on the dirt, but in the next couple days we'll move them out on grass and see how they do. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video about the pigs. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time.